Good evening, everyone, and welcome in to Game Night in the Region tonight, live on the Region Sports Network. We come to you from Crown Point High School as the Region Sports Network presents coverage of high school baseball with the Munster Mustangs visiting the Crown Point Bulldogs. I'm Chris Ramirez. I'll have the play-by-play for tonight's broadcast, and joining me with the color analysis is Zach Zanelli. Good evening, Zach.
Hey, Chris. How's it going?
Pretty good. A beautiful night for baseball, it looks like here.
It is. When I first thought when it was coming in, I thought it was going to be, nice and warm, but you do see some sweatshirts in the stands now. It did get a little chilly, a little bit of a wind breeze going on right now, but I don't think it'll be a big factor for any of the players today.
Yep, and we will talk more about that in our economy first pitch forecast in just a little bit. We've got Zach Miller in the house with us, handling engineering and production detail with Martin Murillo outside in the elements, working the camera behind home plate. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Region Sports Network is happy to be bringing you high school baseball coverage all season long. We'll take a look now at the economy electric heating and cooling first pitch forecast here in Crown Point. It is currently 62 degrees with a northeast wind of about 11 miles an hour. It's partly cloudy. We'll have sunset around 7:39, so the lights will be on in a little while. Could get down to as low as 54 or 55, but to me the biggest factor here today is going to be that wind coming in over the left field wall.
Yeah. And you said northeast, right?
Out of the northeast, so it's coming in, really over the entire up. Well,
actually,
it says northeast here. Oh, it's coming out of the north. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
it's coming in over the fence. Sorry, turned around. Thank you for straightening me out. So it's coming in over the wall. So don't know that we'll see a lot of long balls tonight, but who knows? Want to thank Dave Rivera over at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling for sponsoring the first pitch forecast. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. They keep you cool in the summer, and they keep you cozy in the winter. Visit them on the web at forajobdoneright.com. We also like to recognize the City of Crown Point. Mayor Pete Land and the Crown Point Pace Department are proud to support the Crown Point Bulldog athletic programs and say, go Bulldogs. Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in city services, and encouraging smart growth. Visit Bulldog Park on select Saturdays for the Crown Point Farmers Market beginning May 24th. Peruse wares from the 70-plus vendors from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. through September 27th. For more information, visit crownpoint.info/farmersmarket. Tonight we'll also, Zach, take a look at the pitchers in tonight's ball game. These are sponsored by Enigenberg Exteriors. These are the home improvement hurlers, our starters in tonight's ball game. Let's take a look at who we have on the hill for both teams. For the Crown Point Bulldogs, the home team, Caden Matuzak will be taking the hill in the top of the first inning. And for the Munster Mustangs, the pitcher in tonight's ball game will be Jack Kunis.
So we'll start with Matuzak from Crown Point. He has pitched in 13 games. He has 3 strikeouts with 12 walks, 1 hit by pitch. So if he can get those walks down, he should be just fine today.
Hold on, let's take a look here. It's a lot of ball games to be playing already. Wow. What's Crown Point's record? Do we know?
They are 10-3, I believe.
No kidding. Okay. All right. We'll go ahead and finish that up. 2 good ball clubs out here today.
I believe Crown Point is ranked 11th in the state of Indiana. We've been here a few times, and they played really, really good baseball. Lots of good pitching. Last time we were here, it was a really big pitcher's duel between them and Valparaiso. Crown Point got the 1-0 win in the 8th inning, and it was a really quick game.
So we are a little bit behind schedule here. Munster just arrived about 15, 20 minutes ago. They got their warm-ups in. Now the 2 managers, head coaches, are out at home plate and kind of going over the ground rules with the 2 umpires for today's game. We'll try to get you those names if we can. Let's start here first with the Munster starting lineup for today's game here. Donovan Craig will lead things off for the Mustangs at second base. Nate Southwell will be in right field hitting second. Mason Jarrett is in center. He'll hit third. Nick Crowley is a designated hitter in the cleanup spot, batting for the pitcher. Jack Kunis with Zach Wright, the shortstop, hitting fifth. Kobe Shelton hits sixth and plays first base. Danny Schasberger is the third baseman, hitting seventh with Oliver Swinwell. Can you say that again?
Actually, Swinson, my bad. It's an N.
Oliver Swinson is the catcher. He hits eighth with Nico Iatrides batting ninth and playing left field for the Mustangs. Let's take a look at the Crown Point Bulldogs starting lineup here. As when they come to bat in the bottom of the first, it'll be Sean Dunlop, the catcher, leading off. Noah Ehrlich, the second baseman, will hit second. Billy Chidsey will play shortstop, and he hits third. Jace Horton cleans up, and he is playing first base. Caden Matuzak, the pitcher, hits fifth. Jackson Alexander, sixth, and plays left field. Mick Vogner plays right field and hits seventh, with Logan Cotton at third base hitting eighth. And Brady Langens, the center fielder, hitting ninth in today's ball game. Our Enigenberg Home Improvement Hurlers, brought to us by Enigenberg Exteriors, experienced roofing and siding contractor serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee. Visit them on the web at ebergexteriors.com.
Jackson Alexander.
We'll join Brett Jennings, the PA, here.
13, Mick Wagner. Batting eighth, the third baseman, 25, Logan Cotton. And batting ninth, the center fielder, number 3, Brody Langens. Ladies and gentlemen, I will now ask you to please rise and face the flag and kindly remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
And there you have it, one of the greatest songs ever written. Thank you to Francis Scott Key for pulling that one off back in the early 1800s. That's a song that it's got a lot of mileage behind it. All right. Whenever you hear that at a baseball stadium, you know what's coming next.
First pitch.
Yep. You'll hear the umpire say, play ball. And that's what's about to happen out here today at Crown Point. The Mustangs and the Bulldogs going at it. A couple of teams who share very similar colors. Go ahead.
I'll say it looks like both teams are wearing their alternate uniforms today.
Yeah, the Crown Point uniforms, as you can see, red and white, obviously, the home whites. But I did get a look down there. I think the lettering in the front is that light blue color that they...
Yeah, the baby blue.
Yep, the baby blue. That's
I really
it.
like that.
That's a throwback to, I think back in the 90s or the 80s, they used to do that occasionally. And Craig Bazia, the football coach, brought it back recently. And now the rest of the school is starting to go with it as well. Let's take a look at the Crown Point defensive alignment. Jackson Alexander, Brody Langens, and Mick Wagner. Is it Vogner?
It's Wagner.
Mick Wagner. The outfield left, center, and right with Logan Cotton, Billy Chidsey, Noah Ehrlich, and Jason Horton on the infield from third to first. The battery today, Caden Matuzak And the catcher is Sean Dunlop. Head coaches in today's ball game, Mike Mikolajczyk for the Munster Mustangs. Steve Strayer, longtime head coach here at Crown Point. 25th year maybe, something right around there. He's been doing this as long as I have. I
love it.
And he's had quite a bit of success through the years, as has the Munster baseball program, now run by Mike Mikolajczyk. For, the first 55, 56 years of the program, just 2 baseball coaches at Munster. Mike Nixick, who started the program. He was followed by Bob Schenken.
Leading off for the Munster Mustangs, the second baseman, number 5, Donovan Craig.
All right, we're just about set for action. Donovan Craig steps in, left-handed hitter for the Mustangs. Stay with us after the ball game. We'll name 3 awards here in the ball game, including the Crowell Insurance Lantern Man Superhero, the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, and the Ironworkers Local 395 Play of the Game. Here's the first pitch, a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. We are underway.
If he gets those calls loud, he'll probably keep throwing there.
Yeah, probably. Let's see what happens here. Third baseman in on the grass. Pitch swung on and missed. That was inside.
Yeah, you could get those calls too.
Yep. Well, if you can get him a swing and miss on those, like he did there. Kunis works from the stretch. The turn, the kick, and the pitch. Ground ball hit sharply the other way, but foul. A late swing there by Donovan Craig. Got just enough of it, though, to push it down the left field line. He's now in a 1-2 count, or check that, an 0-2 count. Kicking the pitch just a little. He did go back there, but just a little bit outside on that one.
Might have been a little bit further that time.
The brand new sign here in left field says, "Hit it here. Let's go Dogs." The big Bulldog logo on there, out over the left field fence. Fouled out of play. Look out over by the football field.
Does that do this here?
I've never seen it before. I believe that's new. It is? Yep, that's what we're telling us. And
wonder if someone's going to hit it there today.
I don't know. Do you win a steak? Like in Bull Durham? Hit the sign, win a steak?
How about a bunch of fireworks come out on that board every time that...
Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. One. Did he chase a little bit low on that one? The opening batter here goes down on strikes. So one down in the inning. That'll bring up Nate Southwell, who plays right field for the Mustangs. Another left-handed hitter.
Gotta like the respect there. He gave fist bumps to the catcher and the umpire there. Same with the leadoff hitter.
I didn't notice, but yeah, that is very cool. A lot of these guys might know each other from the travel circuit, too. These kids seem to play baseball year-round nowadays. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Up high for a ball. 2-0 the count. Beautiful facility here at Crown Point High School.
Very beautiful.
Updated baseball field. Just last year they put this in. Looks like they're got it just about perfect. You got stadium seating down here in front of us. And I can't, for an old man like me, there's nothing like stadium seating. Anything beats a bench. There are a lot of seats here. Great view of the field. Here's the kick on the 2-1. Inside. Count goes to 3-1 now.
They also have a new JV field, right?
Yeah, there's fields over there. There's
JV
Crown Point
field.
is the county hub, but it is a hub of activity.
Yes.
That's what it really is. There's a lot going on here. Outside, ball 4. Munster has a base runner. The free pass here to Southwell, and that'll bring up Mason Jarrett, who plays center field. Yeah, there's 2 football fields here. There's a soccer field. I don't know is that tennis over there?
That is tennis, yes. I believe so.
I've never seen the construction setup like that. That looks pretty nice. That must be new as well. I don't recall seeing that previously, but I could be wrong. Mason Jarrett is the hitter. He's in a ball one, no strike count with a runner at first. Top of the first inning, no score. Just underway here at Crown Point. Kicking a pitch. Line drive, smash, fouled on the right field line in front of the visitors' dugout.
And is the turf new too on this field?
That's a good question. That's a question for the Crown Point guys next to us. Is this the first year of the turf, do you know, or has it been here previously? Second year, just like everything else? Second year of the turf? The lights are on here at Crown Point. Throw over to first, runner back.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of fields switch over to turf. Wheeler should be opening their new field here pretty soon.
And, the turf has definitely has its purpose. And in baseball, there's a pitch down low. One of the great things in baseball, the fields will drain when there is turf, and you can get games in even if it's rained all day.
Yep.
And before, on a grass field, a lot of those are not in good shape. It rains at noon, and you're not playing at 4:30. So big advantage. Fewer rainouts, fewer called games. Line smash right to the second baseman. Should be a double play, and it is. Jarrett lines to the second baseman, Noah Ehrlich, who fires over to the first baseman, Jace Horton, for the double play to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. After one half inning, no score at Crown Point. Here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
With 40 years of experience serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee, Ennigenberg Exteriors has only had one goal in mind: to achieve excellent customer service. From commercial and residential roofing to siding, window, and door replacement, Ennigenberg Exteriors delivers 110% customer satisfaction from the first hello to the final walkthrough. Visit Ennigenberg.com for more information or give them a call at 219-365-2837. Ennigenberg Exteriors. Restoring hope, one project at a time.
We are back out here at Crown Point High School. We are back out here at Crown Point High School, moving to the bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at the batting order here for the Crown Point Bulldogs. It'll be Sean Dunlop, the catcher, leading things off. He'll be followed by the quarterback, Noah Ehrlich, who's playing second base today. Billy Chidsey is the shortstop who hits third. Chase Horton will hit cleanup and play first. Caden Matuzak is the pitcher hitting fifth. Jackson Alexander plays left and hits sixth. Mick Wagner is the right fielder hitting seventh, with Logan Cotton at third base hitting eighth, and Brady Langens, the center fielder, will be batting ninth. Let's take a look real quick.
Leading off with the Bulldogs, the catcher, 23, Sean Dunlap.
All right, well, I'm back. There we go. We'll take a look at the defensive alignment for the Munster Mustangs. Nico Iatreides, Mason Jarrett, and Nate Southwell are the outfielders left to right, with Danny Schasberger, Zach Wright, Donovan Craig, and Kobe Shelton on the infield from third to first. The battery today, the pitcher is Jake Kunis, and the catcher is Oliver Swinson.
This is Kunis' sixth game, and he only has one strikeout and no walks.
He is the Ennigenberg home improvement hurler for the Mustangs today. His first pitch misses for ball one. Kunis has the sign, the pitch inside for a ball.
Now Crown Point's got a couple D1 commits already. Dunlap, I believe, is Tennessee.
Really?
For baseball?
How about that? Here's the kick in the pitch, off speed. That is over for a strike.
You have Ehrlich, who's on deck, who's committed to Miami, Ohio for football as a quarterback.
Here's the kick and the pitch.
Ooh, that was a beautiful slider.
The home plate umpire didn't flinch or move a muscle. The catcher turned around and looked at him. I think thought what a lot of us did. That looked good from up here. But he's got the call, not us. Their pitch is fouled back. The count 3-1. We'll check that 3-2 the count now with the foul ball. From the windup, here's Kunis. Hot smash to third, picked up. Throws over to first in time to retire Sean Dunlop. That is Danny Schasberger over to Kobe Shelton. Put that down as 5-3 in the scorebook, and that'll bring up Noah Ehrlich.
You might see a lot of hard-hit ground balls because this is turf now, and the ball's definitely going to...
Yeah, you can punch it through a little quicker.
Yeah.
Yep. Ehrlich, a left-handed hitter. What a move in this kid was for Crown Point. Check swing. Strike says the umpire. Came here as a junior. 2-year starter at quarterback for the football team. And what a run it's been for Crown Point football.
I saw him throwing a football earlier. He's already getting ready for the fall.
Yeah, I'll bet he is. He told Craig Bazia, I'm your starting quarterback. We'll get to Indianapolis. And he lived up to it. Junior year, what a run that was for the Bulldogs. Here comes the 1-1. Outside for a ball. Zach, you're a Lincoln Way East kid, so you know all about big schools and the success that they can have at a multitude of programs. Well, Crown Point is that kind of school here in Northwest Indiana. Line smash off the pitcher's glove. Kiram's over to the second baseman, throw to first. Oh, what a great play by the first baseman to save the throw and make the out. That's going to score a 1-4-3 put out in the book. Noah Ehrlich is retired. The pitcher, Kunis, got just enough of that to deflect it over to the second baseman, who was able to react, come up with it, make a quick throw to first. And then Kobe Shelton, of course, made the snatch to complete the play.
Yeah, sometimes that'll help if you're not in the shift.
Yep. So 2 out in the inning now, and Billy Chidsey, the shortstop, is up. A lot of left-handed batters in the ball game so far. The second for Crown Point. Munster had 2 as well. Swung on and missed. One ball, 2 strikes now, 2 out in the inning, nobody on. Kunis has the sign for his catcher, the kick and the pitch. Bounces one in there to even up the count at 2-2. Mark Murillo, Zach Miller, Zach Zanelli, and yours truly, Chris Ramirez, out here at Crown Point High School. Thank you for joining us. Game day in the region. Line smash up the middle. That's going to get through for a base hit. Chidsey is on with a single, the first hit of the game for either team.
That almost got Kunis.
Yep, it almost
hit him.
The line shot back up the middle. Jace Horton, the first baseman, now steps in. You got any numbers on him? Where's our stat sheet at? That pitch is outside for ball 1 to Horton.
That's it.
Oh. There's a pitch, swung on, fly ball, right center field. Right fielder reaches up and makes the catch. That's Nate Southwell. That will retire Horton and the side on a fly out to right. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. And 1 man left on base. We'll go to the second. No score between Crown Point and Munster on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
our hero, Lantern Man, faces off against a nefarious insurance swindler.
I'll trick them into a contract and just keep raising the rates.
Luckily, they can make a call to Crow Company's Lantern Man. He's always ready to protect families from the insurance swindler.
I can easily defeat your overpriced policies. Fair prices always prevail when you call me, the Crow Company's Lantern Man.
Crow Company's insurance professionals, Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Join Bricklayers Local 4 and start building your career today. Visit baclocal4.org to find out more. You know, and when we talk about the bricklayers, those are some of the best hands in the business, Zach, and we'll be looking for a play today that might be the best hands in the business kind of a play, so keep an eye out for that.
We may have a candidate already, but we'll see if
there's
more later.
There have been a couple of good defensive plays here in both halves of the first inning. We move now to the top of the second. This is Nick Crowley leading things off. He's the designated hitter. He bats for Jack Kunis, the pitcher. We've got a 1-1 count here.
Good fastball there.
Yep. Count now 1-2. Beautiful day here in Crown Point, mid-60s. Fouled back to the screen. Partly cloudy, but I prefer partly sunny is how we'll look at it.
Yesterday was absolutely gorgeous. Hopefully we get more days like that soon.
Well, Saturday I think it'll be in the 40s again, so don't get ahead of yourself. This is the region. Ground ball, one hopper to second. Throw over to first in time. So Crowley is retired. 4-3 on the putout, and that'll bring up Zach Wright, the shortstop.
The shortstop, number 10, Zach Wright.
Zach, now that we got a couple of weeks into the season, we've got some stats to post online, and those are called the peak performers on the Region Sports website. Don't forget, you can see them every week on our Facebook page at Region Sports Nation, our Instagram page, and our website, regionsports.com. The Powering Indiana Peak Performers, the region's most trusted electricians. Zach Wright, the hitter. He's got an 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to short. Takes a while to get out there. Long throw over to first in time for the second out of the inning. Zach Wright is retired. 6-3 it goes in the book, and that'll be two outs now, and Kobe Shelton will be the hitter.
A lot of ground balls here so far today.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that is part of the game plan with the wind blowing in, but really the wind has calmed down now. If you look at that flag, an American flag, which is at half staff there, I guess that would be for the Pope. Was that what you think? Yep. Pope Francis passed away this week. Here's the 1-0. Foul tip at home plate. 0-2 the count. I'll check that. 1-1 the count. 2 out in the inning. Be sure to stay connected with all things Region Sports by supporting and following us on social media. Facebook, Instagram, X, and online at regionsports.com. Also, don't forget about YouTube. Celebrating over 25 years, and we are proud to still be the only game in town. Here comes the 2-1. Fouled out of play right side. Near the softball field. Almost hit a couple of Lady Bulldog fans over there who were enjoying some popcorn and a conversation. They seem to be a little startled, but none the worse for wear. Here's the 2-2. Ground ball the other way. Second baseman has it. grabs it, throws to first to retire the batter and the side. 4-3 in the book. We've seen a few of those already today. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. Our score, 0-0. We go to the bottom of the second on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero. Crowell Companies have offices open from 9 to 7 Monday through Friday and Saturdays until 2 o'clock in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. Crowell Companies insuring Northwest Indiana for more than 60 years and supporting the Region Sports Network for almost 20.
Baseman 17, Caden Matusak.
Caden Matusak now is going to step up to the plate here to start things off in the bottom half of the second. Crown Point and Munster here, no score in the ball game. Got some numbers on Caden there, Zach?
He is hitting .485.
There's an off-speed pitch upstairs for a ball.
He's got 6 RBIs on the season.
One ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch.
Ooh, still didn't get that.
Boy,
call.
tight strike zone there tonight. 2 balls, no strikes. Swung on and missed. Looks like we've got, is it a Crown Point police car out there in center field watching? Maybe he's got us tuned in.
Yeah, it's a really good spot. Ooh, look out.
Pitch inside for a ball, 3-1 to count. Let's say hello to Crown Point's finest out there. If you're watching, give us a wave. Hey, buddy. Hey, he just waved. Did you see that? There he goes. There's a pitch over for a strike. That'll move the count to full now, 3-2. Here's the payoff. Ground ball. It's going to go foul on the third base side. Crown Point and Munster, two of the elite baseball programs in Northwest Indiana, going at it here today. Both have been good at baseball for an awful long time. Ground ball, backhanded by the third baseman. Long throw to first and scooped out of the dirt in time for the out. Great play on both ends. Logan Cotton over to Jace Horton. And that's going to go down as a 5-3 put out in the book. Jackson Alexander now steps in. What do you got on Jackson?
He's hitting .364, 10 RBIs on the season.
And his average is going to go up there as he rips a sharp single into center. Second hit of the game for the Bulldogs.
The right fielder, 13, Mick Wagner.
Mick Wagner now, the right fielder, is going to come up to the plate with 1 out and a runner on.
He is hitting .414, 12 hits, 4 RBIs.
Crown Point, you said, comes in 10-3 here on the season?
10-3 overall, 5-0 in conference.
Undefeated in Duneland Conference play. Of course, this is a non-conference game, but we got a Munster. We got a record on Munster.
Yes, they
Munster
are 5-4
at,
overall.
Yep,
4-2 in conference. Both in Class 4A, though.
Yes, they are.
So we'll see if they get a sectional and regional matchup.
There's a line drive over the shortstop's head into center field for a base hit. Back-to-back singles for the Bulldogs. And now they've got something cooking here with runners at first and second. And just one down. Logan Cotton with an RBI opportunity here. Will be followed by Brady Langens. And then the top of the order and Sean Dunlop.
Cotton's got 5 of those RBIs, and he's hitting 300, so looking to get the first run of the ball game here.
I, on that first play, was looking at the wrong defensive sheet. That was Danny Schasberger over to Colton Shelton on that 5-3 put out. Sorry about that, guys. Fly ball slices out of play down the right field side. So that, again, that first out of the inning, nice play, but it was Danny Schasberger and Kobe Shelton because it was Munster who made that play. It helps to look at the right sheet. Give you the Munster defensive alignment here coming up. From the stretch, the pitch, fouled out of play right side. Nico Iatrades, Mason Jarrett, and Nate Southwell are the outfielders, left, center, and right, with Danny Schasberger. Zach Wright, Donovan Craig, and Kobe Shelton on the infield, third to first, with the battery of Jack Kunis and Oliver Swinson. Here's the pitch. Must have been a little high there.
Slider's looking pretty good. He's just not getting those calls.
Yeah, he's been close on a lot of stuff. One out in the inning. 2 runners on. Here's the pitch. Fouled back to the screen. After the ball game, we'll name the Boilermakers Blue Collar Local 374 Player of the Game. There's a pitch that misses. Of course, Zach, this is the opposite, say, of the superhero. Everybody knows who that is. That's the guy that had the big stat line or whatever it was that day. Whereas the Blue Collar, that's a guy who may not be getting all the headline stuff, but doing the little things and the dirty work to help his team. Check swing. Strike, I think it was over anyway. But the hitter Cotton was fooled, and that's 2 out in the inning.
Really good slider there, and as like I said earlier, it's working today.
Now it's up to Brody Langens. He'll try to turn the lineup over, but with 2 outs, that means he has to reach base safely.
There it is again.
Ooh, a lot of movement on that ball there. Good pitch, over for strike 1.
Like a fastball that time.
Misses on the outside to even things up at 1-1. Fouled out of play. Right side over by the soccer field.
I think that made the softball field. Yep, she's throwing it back now.
Oh. We have a game going on over there too, right?
Looks like it. There's a girl in the outfield.
Ground ball smash. Shortstop has it. Short throw to second in time to retire the side. A 6-4 put out on that one. Zach Wright to Donovan Craig to retire the side. No runs in the inning. There were 2 hits. There were no errors, and 2 men were left on base. Our score at the end of 2 complete. 0-0 between Munster and Crown Point. We're back after this on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With offices in Munster and Cedar Lake, Ethos Dental Group offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Mark Stojkovic and his associates, Dr. Emily Hansen and Dr. Brian Douts, utilize the latest in technology. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, dental care you can believe in.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the Nika contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Stay with us after the game as we name the Iron Workers 395 Play of the Game, presented by Iron Workers Local 395. To find out how you can become a union iron worker, visit ironworkers395.com. Zach, you know any iron workers?
I don't.
Oh, you should meet them. You'll know them when you do, because they'll be the craziest guys in the room. I had the good fortune to grow up around a couple of iron workers. My dad's best buddy was one. And what the stories that those guys would tell. I, for one, don't see myself crawling, up in the sky on a building, walking across a steel beam, but that's what those guys do.
Mm-hmm.
And they get paid well to do it, as they should. All right, we are now in the top half of the third. And we have Danny Schasberger, the third baseman, is up. Jackson Alexander, Brody Langens, and Mick Wagner are the outfielders left to right. Give you the infield in just a second for Crown Point. There's a pitch over for a strike. Logan Cotton, Billy Chidsey, Noah Ehrlich, and Jace Horton are the outfielders left, center, and right. With the battery of Caden Matuzik and Sean Dunlop. There's another one fouled off. The count's full 3-2. Nice crowd on hand today. Stadium seating out here. I mean, man, how inviting is that, huh?
Gorgeous.
If your options are to go sit on a steel bench or come sit in one of these chairs. Ground ball foul, third base side. Really hard to pass up an opportunity on a beautiful day like this to come out and watch some baseball. But for those of you that were unable to make it, thanks for tuning in.
It's like the sun has disappeared for now. See if that comes back anytime soon.
Twilight will be setting in here relatively quickly. Fly ball, left field, foul territory, left fielder coming over, and he makes the catch. Jackson Alexander had a long run, and he got near the fence.
It's a nice hustle there. The wind took it back, gave him a lot of room for it.
The catcher, number 4, Oliver Swinson.
And that'll bring up Oliver Swinson, the catcher, with one down. Munster without a hit so far in the ball game. They do have one base runner via the walk. But a pitcher's duel out here. Not surprised with the wind blowing in that way.
Oh, and he didn't get that call either.
And he looks over. He looks over at the dugout. A bit perplexed, I think, on that one. And who knows? There's a pitch outside. But again, we don't have a direct view of home plate. So what may look good from here may not look good from right behind the catcher.
It's probably just missing that edge. That's my guess.
Yep, close but not quite. There's a pitch on the outside corner for a strike. 3-1 to count.
Another good slider there.
Count goes full, 3-2. Pitch swung on and missed in the dirt. Catcher will take it and throw down to first for the strikeout and the drop third.
The left fielder, number 7, Nico Iatredes.
And that'll bring up the left fielder, Nico Iatredes. His dad, John, and I go way back. I don't see John out there, but I'm sure he's here somewhere. He doesn't miss any of these. Pitch swung on and missed for strike one. There's a pitch over for a strike.
Got the outside call that time.
Yep. Strike zone a little bit wider on that pitch. Here's the 0-2. Fouled back to the screen. Count stays 0-2. So, John, if you're not here and you're watching, just wanted to say hello. Thanks for tuning in. If you are here, I hope to see you before we leave tonight. Pitch in the dirt. One ball, two strikes. The kick and the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike three. The inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Still no score between Munster and Crown Point on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Hi, this is Tim down at Tire Pros and Auto Superstore, 5200 Cleveland in Maryville. 219-887-3333 is our phone number. We've been serving the region and building relationships with our valued customers for the past 23 years. We have a wide variety of services, quality tires with the best warranty in the nation, and some of the most skilled mechanics I've ever worked with. Let us exceed your expectations. We're setting a new standard. Come on down, ask for Mike or Tim. We'll take excellent care of you. Thank you.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We're in the bottom half. We're going to the bottom half of the third inning here. Crown Point coming to the plate with Munster in the field. We've got no score in the ball game. 3 hits for Crown Point. No hits for Munster in this one.
Leading off for Crown Point, the catcher, 23, Sean Dunlap.
Sean Dunlap is the hitter. Mayor Pete Land and the Crown Point Pace Department are proud to support Crown Point Bulldog Athletics, and they say, go Bulldogs. Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in city services, and encouraging smart growth. There's a pitch in for a strike. Visit Bulldog Park on select Saturdays for the Crown Point Farmers Market, beginning May 24th. Peruse wares from 70-plus vendors from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. through September 27th. For more information, visit crownpoint.info/farmers market. The hitter here, top of the order, Sean Dunlap. He's the catcher. That pitch is inside. Iatredes, Jarrett, and Southwell, the outfield left, center, and right. Shasberger right, Craig and Shelton, the infield third to first. The battery of Kunis and Swinson. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kunis in the windup, kicking the pitch. Off speed, up high for a ball. Count goes even now, 2-2. Fastball misses, pops out of the catcher's glove. Count goes full 3-2.
I wonder if he was going to catch that. It would have been a call strike 3. Looked like it might have had a little touch in that zone, but the drop definitely helped Dunlap.
It may have. I hadn't thought about that, but you may be right about that, Zach. Here's the kick in the 3-2. Whoa! Called strike 3. The hitter thought it was ball 4.
Left fielder, number 6, Noah Erlag.
Good slider again.
Well, as tight as the strike zone has been today, you can understand why maybe the batter thought he had ball 4 on that, but the umpire thought differently. So Dunlop is retired looking, and that'll bring up Noah Ehrlich. Noah's the second baseman for Coach Steve Strayer. A lot of people know him as the quarterback of the Crown Point football team. What a high school career he's had. I've been doing this a long time, guys. I can't think of too many quarterbacks who started all 4 years in high school. Jason Rennett Valpo is one, with Jeff Samardzija back in those days. Noah Ehrlich is another. But that's about 20-some years between those guys. I'm trying to think if there's been any other 4-year starting quarterbacks. If anybody's watching can think of one, go ahead and put it in the comments. Inside for a ball, 3-0. There's a pitch over at the knees. Counts now 3-1. I mean, just think about how impressive that is, a freshman starting at quarterback at a school like Hobart, that's where he played his first 2 years.
I did not know that myself. I thought he was here all 4 years.
Nope. He originally was a Brickie. Played there for the first 2 years. Came over to Crown Point. But started all 4 years in high school. Ground ball, second baseman, shortstop, high throw to first. Pulled down by Kobe Shelton. Ehrlich is retired 6-3.
Billy Chitsey.
Nice play by Shelton on the throw from Zach Wright. That's a potential best hands in the business play of the game, which would be brought to us by our Bricklayers Local 4.
It's a soft grounder and good charge there by Wright. And a little high throw, but Shelton able to get his foot on the bag just in time.
And that'll bring up Billy Chitsey. He's got a hit in the ball game, the first hit, back in the first inning. That one misses for a ball. One of those days in the region, people got shorts on, but then they're wearing a hoodie and a coat. Fly ball, foul, out of play, over by the football field. Springtime in the region. Some people with blankets out there, drinking hot chocolate. A little while ago, you'd have been sipping a cold beverage, but now it's time to go to the warm stuff. Fly ball, right field, over the right fielder's head. And that ball is gone. That ball is gone. Billy Chitsey got one up into the air, and it just kept carrying, Zach.
Yeah,
quite a drive.
Looks like he hit that slider. Here's the replay.
He got all of it.
It was a slider, hit one line drive, right field, just goes over that fence.
It just kept going and going and going. And as we look at the flags here, they're blowing directly over the left field fence. So that didn't hurt it, but it didn't help it on that play. So he got all of that all by himself. And our first run of the ball game is a home run by Billy Chitsey. 1-0 Crown Point. And that'll bring up Jace Horton, the first baseman, who has a 1-ball, no-strike count. How many home runs on the season now for Billy?
This is first.
Fly ball, well hit, into center. Center fielder comes on, Mason Jarrett, and makes the catch to retire the side, but not before Billy Chitsey gives Crown Point a 1-run lead with a long ball homer to right. No runs, or 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and no men left on base. We're through 3. It's Crown Point 1, Munster nothing, on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Leading off for Munster, the second baseman, number 5, Donovan Craig.
All right, we're back out here at Crown Point. 1-0 our score. The Bulldogs lead on a home run in the bottom of the 3rd.
That was only Crown Point's second home run of their season. The only person who has a home run is Sean Dunlap.
How about that? Chopper to third. Throw over to first. In time. Close play, but they got him.
Yeah, really good throw there.
The right fielder, number 12, Nate Southwell.
So that was Donovan Craig. He's retired 5-3 on that put out. A lot of infield grounders today. Nate Southwell now the hitter. Munster's only base runner with a walk in the top of the 1st. This brand new facility, 2 years old. The field was here before. Everything was here. They played here, but they've just redone the bleachers, the field, the fencing. Quite a facility here. Named in honor of Chris Bootsy White and John Maley. I think John Maley is a name a lot of people recognize, the Major League hitting coach, and did that for the Cubs the year they won the World Series. I'm not sure who he's with now. And then the other guy, of course, as I mentioned, is Chris White. Goes by the nickname Bootsy. I'd like to see a show of hands from our listeners. Anybody recognize the name Bootsy White? And if you have, how many associated with Crown Point? I learned something new tonight here. There's 2 Bootsy Whites from the region. We know the old one who's in the Hammond Hall of Fame, or not the old one, the original one, the first one I knew of. Hammond Hall of Famer. This Chris Bootsy White is a Crown Point grad, class of 74. Ground ball to short, picked up, throws over to first in time.
He almost got to the second. That was a good play there by the shortstop, Chidsey. As soon as he gets it, throws it right to Ehrlich.
Let me get back to my book. How did Southwell get on?
He walked, I believe.
He had a walk, his second walk of the ball game? Yeah. 2 out in the inning. Runner at first. Nick Crowley, the hitter. Ground ball, third base. Throw across the diamond in time. Another 5-3 put out. We've had a lot of those today. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. It's Crown Point 1, Munster nothing. Here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
With 40 years of experience serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee, Ennigenberg Exteriors has only had one goal in mind: to achieve excellent customer service. From commercial and residential roofing to siding, window, and door replacement, Enigenberg Exteriors delivers 110% customer satisfaction from the first hello to the final walkthrough. Visit enigenberg.com for more information, or give them a call at 219-365-2837. Enigenberg Exteriors, restoring hope one project at a time.
All right, we move to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Crown Point coming to the plate. They lead 1-0 over Munster. NFL draft tonight. Zach Zanelli.
I'm excited. It's finally here.
Always a fun day. Of course, this year it'll be up in Titletown, northern Wisconsin, also known as Green Bay.
Boom.
But there is some interesting news locally. I mean, everybody likes the NFL draft, most people, but if you're local, tonight's a big night. Could be a big night. Could be tomorrow, could be tonight. But Big Kenny Grant out of Maryville could be drafted in the first round, could be drafted in the second round, but he will be drafted. And congratulations to all of them. They're having a big party tonight, a draft party out at Catch 22 on Route 30. Kenny was, people at Crown Point know Kenny. He was a junior Bulldog. He went to Maryville High School, but he played his youth football here at Crown Point Junior Bulldogs, which is just up the road. Last year, the Duneland also had another player drafted, Brandon Fisk, in the second round out of Michigan City. So the Duneland Conference, well represented. And I'm pretty sure Maryville has more draft picks, NFL draft picks, than any school in the region. There's a pitch outside.
So what team would you like to see him go to?
Well, I prefer to see him play for the Bears. I'd like to watch him every week. But I don't know what the Bears are really looking for in their draft. Probably a running back. Offensive lineman, maybe.
Seen lots of rumors, trading up, trading down, picking at 10. Anything can happen. I think you'll see a lot of trades tonight.
Caden Matuzak, the hitter. Yeah, I think so. But that first night of the draft is always a lot of fun. Here's the 1-2. Counts even now, 2-2. I'm just mentioning some of the Maryville guys that have played in the NFL or been drafted. You got the Neal brothers from not too long ago. Boy, there's been a lot of. I mean, you go back to Tom Gillespie back in he was in that 77 team. But Maryville just loaded with guys that have been drafted in the NFL. Eugene Wilson, of course, played for New England for a number of years, won a Super Bowl there. Fly ball well hit into left field, but it's going to get caught in the wind and die out there, and it'll be caught by Nico Iatrades for the out. That ball jumped off the bat.
Yeah, sounded good. Looked like it was going far, but not far enough.
Don't know if the wind affected that or not, but the way it left the bat, it seemed to have a little more on it than what it ended up with.
Yeah, the flag's blowing now.
It is, and
so
it's blowing right,
starting to pick up again.
Right in over that left field wall. So Matuzak retired. This is Jackson Alexander. 1 for 1 in the ball game. Pitch outside for a ball. Everybody's watching. You want to think of those Maryville draft picks or any guys that have been drafted from the region, put them down in the comments. And get Zach Miller to check and see if anybody's responding. Swung on, foul tip at home plate. 1-2 to count. You'd be surprised. I mean, I went through the NFL draft list the other day of guys from Northwest Indiana, and I tell you what, I mean, Gary Ward had a first-round player back in the 60s. Of course, Tom Harmon. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. Second baseman takes it on the hop, throws over to first in time. 4-3 on the putout. But, you go back to 1940. Tom Harmon, one of the first Heisman Trophy winners ever at the University of Michigan. He come out of Gary Horseman, and the first-round draft pick ever from Northwest Indiana. Maybe the first player ever picked from Northwest Indiana in the draft. The great Tom Harmon. Ground ball up the middle. Shortstop covers a lot of ground. He's got a tough throw.
Beautiful play.
But he makes it, and Wagner is retired. Zach Wright to Kobe Shelton. 6-3 on the putout to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. It remains 1-0 Crown Point on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Our hero, Lantern Man, faces off against a nefarious insurance swindler.
I'll trick them into a contract and just keep raising the rates.
Luckily, they can make a call to Crow Company's Lantern Man. He's always ready to protect families from the insurance swindler.
I can easily defeat your overpriced policies. Fair prices always prevail when you call me, the Crow Company's Lantern Man.
Crow Companies, insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back to Crown Point High School. We are showing baseball today. Zach Zanelli, Zach Miller, Martin Murillo, and Chris Ramirez here. Yours truly on the call. And guess what I have in front of me? The list of NFL draftees from Northwest Indiana.
Leading off for Munster, the shortstop, number 10, Zach Wright.
And it's quite an impressive list. There's a handful of first-rounders on here.
There's a lot of names there.
Kawan Short's a name that popped up right away. Of course, he's out of East Chicago Central. Had a good long career in the NFL. He was a second-round pick. George Telefaro out of Gary Roosevelt and Indiana University. Can you tell me what's famous about George Telefaro? In the region history here is the first African-American player ever drafted into the NFL. That was, I don't know, late 40s. I don't have the year in front of me. Let's see, 1945 maybe? 1948? Not sure. Where did George Telefaro, 13th round pick in 1949 by the one and only Chicago Bears. And Gary Roosevelt has a few names on this NFL list.
Lots of Bears on that list.
Yeah, there are. The Bears. This list has all kinds of names on it. We'll go over some of them. There's a pitch, strike three on the outside corner.
You thought it was ball four as well.
Yep, we've seen that a couple of times. Kobe Shelton is up. That was Zach Wright there. Danny Schassberger is on deck for the Mustangs. How about Jerry Shea? Is that a name that rings a bell? First round pick out of Gary Wallace. It's a pitch outside. Let's see if we can throw a few other names at Art Murakowski, the Murakowski family, just incredible athletes. Art was from East Chicago Roosevelt, but there was the one at Hammond High in the late 70s, which was like the next generation. And was that Mark Murray? If anybody knows, who's the Murakowski that played for Hammond High? If anybody can help us out with that. Same era as Tommy Franks and all of those guys, I believe. 1 ball, 2 strikes. First baseman Kobe Shelton, the hitter. He lines one foul right down the right field line, and just a couple of inches, but the first base umpire right on top of it, so no mistake there. It is Mark. Okay, that's what I thought. It was Mark Murakowski. I went to high school with a couple of Murakowskis, and You did not want to get hit by him coming through the hole. I was a linebacker. Woo. Swung on and missed. You see Bill Murakowski coming through the hole with his head down. You knew you had trouble coming your way. Les Bingham, there's another name. Out of Wallace. Mike Neal out of Maryville. Jamar Johnson out of Gary Wirt. He had a nice NFL career. Mike McGill, he went to, it's listed here as Hammond Central Catholic, but it's actually Bishop Knoll. Mike McGill, a Notre Damer, as a matter of fact. I think class of 64 or 65 out of Knoll. Irv Cross out of Hammond High. Irv had a nice long career with the Philadelphia Eagles and then went on to the NFL today with Brent Musburger. Fly ball, that could be in the gap in right field. Center fielder comes on and makes a great running catch. Covers a lot of ground on that play. That's Brody Langens. He and the right fielder, Mike Wagner, were converging. I thought that ball might get into the gap, but a nice run by Langens to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We're moving quickly here. We go to the bottom of the fifth. 1-0, Crown Point on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
And we're back out here at Crown Point High School, 1-0, bottom of the fifth inning. Bulldogs lead in this one. And coming up here is this Logan Cotton with a ground ball. Second baseman has it, throws over to first in time.
Another good scoop there.
The 4-3, 5-3, and 6-3 putouts are very fashionable here tonight. That'll bring up Brody Langens. As we continue with the NFL draft tonight, and Kenneth Grant, a potential first-round pick tonight, we are kind of talking about some of the NFL draft picks from years gone by. And there are quite a few names on here. Bob Kuchenberg out of Hobart, who played for Notre Dame. Emil Uremovich. They got him listed as Hobart. I thought the Uremoviches were Maryville. Maybe they were both. Line drive smash into the hole between third and short. Langens with a sharp single.
The catcher, 23, Sean Dunlap.
Now we'll go to the top of the order, and Sean Dunlap. Glenn Skolnick out of Munster. 1969 or 70, played for John Friend, was a tight end. Jamal Williams of Maryville, he was part of that great 92 Maryville team with Zach Wells. Boy, that was a great football team. One down in the inning. Dunlop the hitter. Of course, the Karras brothers out of Gary Emerson. There were three of them. There were four brothers. Three of them were drafted. Here's the pitch. Two-hopper to short. Can't go to second. We'll go to first instead. So Langens with a good jump on that one.
Number 6, Noah Erlich.
That'll be a fielder's choice 6-3, and that'll bring up Noah Ehrlich. I mentioned the Karras brothers. There was, of course, Alex Karras, recently inducted into the Hall of Fame. A lot of people might know him from his acting career. Played Mongo in Blazing Saddles, among other things. He had a TV show, too. I can't recall. I didn't watch it, but he had a TV show. What was that called? Anybody know? Webster? Does that sound right? Webster? Little kid in the movie?
I'll have to look it up.
And then, of course, there was Lou Karras and Ted Karras. Ted played for the '63 Chicago Bears championship team. And then the Karras boys all played for Hobart back in the 80s. Here's the 1-0. Maryville, Jamal Williams, Eugene Wilson, Mike Neal. He's looking for Maryville guys here. But I may stand correct. Looking at this list, I think East Chicago Roosevelt has more guys drafted than anybody else. 2-0 pitch, runner at second, pitch outside to Ehrlich. Well, when you think about it, East Chicago Roosevelt really the first pure powerhouse football program, not only in Northwest Indiana, but in all of Northern Indiana. Pete Rosinski's EC Roosevelt Rough Riders was a great program. Noah Ehrlich draws a walk. We have runners now at first and second. Munster looked like there's a little activity down there in the bullpen. Or that's Crown Point, rather. Sorry. Munster, no activity, but here comes a walk from the dugout to kind of talk about this situation. Zach, you're a Lincoln Way East guy from across the state line here. Great football powerhouse. You said a couple of their guys might get drafted tonight?
Yeah, I did see that A.J. Henning, who was like a star wide receiver there, has a chance of being picked in day 3. And Sean McLaughlin is another guy. He's a defensive end. Both went to Northwestern, by the way. A.J. Henning was at Michigan, then he transferred to Northwestern for his final season. So, yeah, really exciting to see where the future holds for them.
I got a chance to go out to New Lenox once and cover a football game over there. It was Lincoln Way Central taking on Lincoln Way East, and what an atmosphere, what an environment it was. A lot of great football, huge crowd. One of the things I like that they do in Illinois is they play the sophomore game first before the varsity.
Yep.
So the crowd is already at the stadium at 5 o'clock. Here, people are kind of strolling in, 7:30. Game might be underway, a quarter in. In Illinois, the stadium is packed by kickoff of that varsity game. And I attribute that, as a lot of people do, to the fact you've got the sophomores. It's not a JV team over there. It's a sophomore team on the Illinois side.
I remember my junior year, I think the East vs. Central game, there was about 10,000 people there. And Jim Cornelius singing the national anthem.
What night? What year was that?
I think it was 2017. The year the East won their second state championship.
This is Billy Chidsey at the plate. Billy homered. He's 2 for 2 in the ball game with a home run, a solo shot in his previous at bat in the third. There's a pitch.
I think
that's a strike call by the umpire.
I think the only loss I saw at home was against Homewood Flossmoor.
Coached by Craig Bazia, now at Crown Point.
Bazia, yeah.
That pitch misses, 3-1. I did get to see him, his teams a couple of times at Homewood. A handful of times I went out and saw him play. And boy, that high-level football in Illinois, Homewood, the Naperville schools, the New Lenox schools, Mount Carmel. Ground ball smash, first baseman has it. Can he win the race to the bag? He does.
Beautiful.
Beautiful play indeed. That's Kobe Shelton. He saved at least one run with that diving stab. We'll score that a ground ball put out, unassisted by the first baseman. There are no runs in the inning. 1 hit, 2 men left. Our score at the end of, what are we, at the end of 4.5 here? End of 4.5, yep. It's Check that. The end of 5 complete. 1-0. Crown Point leads Munster on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With offices in Munster and Cedar Lake, Ethos Dental Group offers a full scope of general and cosmetic dentistry with expertise ranging from porcelain veneers to dental implants, crowns, and bridges. At Ethos Dental Group, you're assured that Dr. Mark Stojkovic and his associates, Dr. Emily Hansen and Dr. Brian Douts, utilize the latest in technology. Check out ethosdentalgroup.com or call 219-595-3432 to schedule an appointment. Ethos Dental Group, dental care you can believe in.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the Nika contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
We are back. Top of the 6th inning. One thing about high school baseball, there's not a lot of middle of the game. In the pros and major leagues, you got the beginning, the middle, and the end of the game. 3 completely separate parts. Here at the high school level, you pretty much go from early in the game to late in the game real quick. And that's what we have now. All of a sudden, 6th inning, 1-run ball game. Crown Point leads it on a home run.
And it looks like we have a new pitcher for Crown Point.
We do. That is definitely a different body out there. See if we can get a number on him. It's a left-hander.
I don't see a 4 on
You guys
the
know who
list.
this is? The pitcher? Thank you very much. A sophomore, Riley Ackerman is his name. Left-hander. Is he a relief specialist, guys? Is he a relief specialist? Or yeah? Normally comes in these situations? All right, the left-hander brought in to shut things down here. Leading off for Munster. This is Oliver Swinson, the catcher.
He showed bunt that first time.
Quick ball game out here today so far. Inside for a ball. We won't miss too much of that draft tonight if we get out of here quick enough. See if we can come up with any other interesting names. Ground ball up the middle. Shortstop has it. Throw over to first in time for another 6-3 put out.
The left fielder, number 7, Nico Iatrides.
And Nico Iatrides is the hitter now. Julie Rajkovic out of Wallace was a second-round draft pick.
Another bunt shown.
Out in front, pitcher has it, throws to first, not in time. Nico Iatrides with a bunt single.
And you can cancel the postgame show.
Yeah,
It's their first hit of the ball game.
There you go. Be no hitter out here tonight.
The second baseman, number 5, Donovan Craig.
Well, you look at this list of draftees. I mean, Whiting's got draft picks. Wirt has draft picks. There's Lowell has a draft pick from way back in the day. Another bunt. This one goes just foul. Speedy runner at home plate in the catcher, Donovan Craig, or rather the second baseman, flying down the line.
And they like to get that tying run over.
I think he was bunting for a base hit there, though. But, probably given the sacrifice bunt signed by the coach at third. But he decided, man, I'd rather reach base safely on a bunt. If that stays fair, they don't throw him out.
And you're also close to the heart of the order, I believe.
Yeah, with one out, a sacrifice bunt would bring the number 2 hitter up with a runner in scoring position, but there would be 2 out. So let's see if he tries to sacrifice again. He shows bunt and pulls back. 1-1 the count. Up next is Nate Southwell. Iatrides gets his lead. There's a bunt. Another one foul.
And now he's got to be careful with this next one.
Yep. Well, he's definitely trying to bunt for a hit here. I mean, he may have been given the bunt signal, but it's not just push the ball out in front of home plate. What he's doing, obviously, with that little push up the left field, up the third base line, is he's looking to get a hit. He's looking to beat it out. But now he's got 2 strikes, so my guess is the bunt will be off. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Craig goes down on strikes. Nice pitch by Ackerman. That ball just seemed to fall off the end of the table there.
Yeah, you got him chasing there.
Yep.
Was that a slider?
Might have been. Not sure what he throws out there. Like I said, it looked like it dropped off the end of the table. Could be a split finger. Who knows? Throw over to first, runner back. Nate Southwell, the hitter, with 2 out. Munster's first base hit of the game. Nico Iatreides with a bunt single.
And you're going to want to be careful if you're the runner, because you never know if the ball's coming to you from a left-handed pitcher. Does have a big lead there. Wonder if he's got a sign. Nope, not going.
Here's the pitch, outside, ball 1. Yeah, I don't see the runner going in this situation with 2 out. And your number 2, well, then again, maybe, well, I don't know, it's late in the ball game. You're giving up outs if you do that, maybe. I think I'd rather take my chances with 2 out and a runner on and my 2, 3, 4 hitters. I mean, if you make the 3rd out here, you still got your 3 and 4 or 5 hitters coming up, so I wouldn't want to make the outs out on the bases here. There's a pitch over for a strike.
And they're really trying to get him.
They are. One ball, 1 strike, 1 on. 1-0 our score, 2 out in the inning. Iatreides has a good lead. He's not going, fouled back to the screen.
Another big lead there.
Pitch right back at the pitcher. Knocked down. Goes to the shortstop, who picks it up and steps on second. A break for Crown Point there. Southwell is retired. Score that 1-6 on the putout. And we will go to the bottom of the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 1 left. 1-0 our score. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Hi, this is Tim down at Tire Pros and Auto Superstore, 5200 Cleveland in Maryville. 219-887-3333 is our phone number. We've been serving the region and building relationships with our valued customers for the past 23 years. We have a wide variety of services, quality tires with the best warranty in the nation, and some of the most skilled mechanics I've ever worked with. Let us exceed your expectations. We're setting a new standard. Come on down, ask for Mike or Tim. We'll take excellent care of you. Thank you.
Mayor Pete Land of the Crown Point Pace Department are proud to support Crown Point Bulldog Athletics, and they say, go Bulldog! Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in-city services, and encouraging smart growth. Visit Bulldog Park on select Saturdays for the Crown Point Farmers Market beginning May 24th. Peruse wares from 70-plus vendors. It'll run from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. through September 27th. For more information, visit them on the web at crownpoint.info/farmers market. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for the Bulldogs. No runs, 1 hit, that's a bunt. And no errors for the Mustangs. Bottom of the 6th. Crown Point leads it 1-0. Zach Zanelli, Zach Miller, Martin Murillo, and Chris Ramirez here are your crew. Kicking the pitch. Line smash through the hole. A leadoff single for Chase Horton. Do I have that right?
The second baseman, 17, Caden Matusek.
Yep, that was. So,
looks like a pinch runner's coming in.
Single. Caden Matuzak. So, the pitcher, Caden Matuzak, was relieved, but he's going to stay in the ball game, it appears, as the designated hitter.
So Carson Payne is in now, pinch running. Looking to get some insurance for the Bulldogs.
Ground ball smash, diving play by the third baseman. Comes up throwing, but not in time.
You got to give him credit there. He stopped the ball, picked it up cleanly.
Schasberger made a nice diving play there. Part of the problem may have been the ball dropped out of his glove when he came up from the dive. He had to reach down and get it. That little bit extra might have cost him, but either way, it's a great play. Caden Matuzak is now at first base with a base hit. So runners at first and second. Do I have that right? Yep, it is runners at first. And I lost track of the runner at second. He's over there talking to Steve Strayer, the third base coach. So 2 runners on and nobody out. Crown Point kind of looking to ice the game here if they can.
Yeah, they're going to get some insurance, especially if you're up by 1 run. Like to score as many as possible.
The Munster pitcher, Jack Kunis, is going to be relieved here. Gets a nice hand from the Munster fans. He pitched 5 innings today. Gave up 7 base hits, 1 run. He walked 2 is what it looks like. So a good performance, kept his team in the game. And now we've got a left-hander coming in. Let's see if we can get a number on him.
28.
28. That'd be...
Could I have your attention, please? Now pitching for Munster, 28, Ed Kicho.
Ed Kicho is the pitcher now, a left-hander, a senior, 6'3", 195. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back with more on Game Day in the Region, on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
All right, we're back out here now. Munster with a new pitcher in the ball game, Ed Kicho, left-hander, a senior, 6'3". We got any numbers on him, Zach?
Checking that right now.
Runners at first and second with nobody out. It's the bottom of the 6th inning, so Munster right now with only 1 more scheduled at-bat. That would be in the top of the 7th. Crown Point looking to bust it open right here and secure the victory with 3 outs in the top of the 7th. The left-hander toes the rubber, gets the sign, checks second base, checks it again. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, gets away, and the runners will move up.
Kicho, he has pitched in a couple games. 11 innings, 11 hits, 8 runs, 7 of them earned, 7 walks, 6 strikeouts.
A bit of an auspicious beginning on that first pitch, a wild one. So now the double play is off, and the infield is now drawn in at all 4 positions. So that pitch changed a lot of things in the strategy here. That pitch is just outside for a ball. 2-0 the count. Kind of the one thing you didn't want in that first pitch was a wild one. But Munster now, they'll have to battle out of it here the tough way. Popped it up on the infield. That's going to be the first out of the inning. A big pitch there by Kecho. Jackson Alexander is retired.
That is a big first out. Looks like he got jammed there as a curve inside, and that's how he popped it up in the infield.
That'll bring up Mick Wagner. Mick, 1 for 2 in the ball game. He had a single back in the second inning. A base hit here could score 2. Pitch almost hit him. Boy, that one you lean into a little bit. That might just graze your jersey, send you down to first base and load him. But that's easier said than done when you're standing up there.
I wonder if they are going to pitch around.
Swung on and missed. 1-1 to count.
Because you do have first base open. And then you can have a force anywhere.
The infield is drawn in. So the play will be at home. Fastball inside for a strike. Wagner wasn't crazy about that call.
Looks like he backed up just a little bit. But it was called a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, 2 on. High one, a wild pitch again. That's going to score the run. Wow, how about that? So, Crown Point scores a run on the second wild pitch of the inning. No RBI for anybody on that. Trailing runner, Matuzak, moves up to third. Only 1 out. Boy, tough break for the Mustangs there, but a big break for the Bulldogs. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Inside and low. Count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2-0 is now our score. Tough job being a relief pitcher. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. A fastball. Wagner swings and misses for strike 3. That's the second out of the inning. Logan Cotton now, third baseman for the Bulldogs, steps in. 2 out in the inning. He's got an RBI opportunity with a man at third. Kecho has the sign. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Down low for a ball.
I don't think they're going to ask if he swung. Looked like he might have went around.
There will not be an appeal. What now there is, maybe. Yep.
And no swing.
No swing, says the umpire. Now, the base umpire, of course, in this situation is out behind the pitcher's mound. Fly ball, foul out of play right side. So I don't know if that kind of changes the angle. You know, in Major League Baseball, that's the first base umpire making that call.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine he's doing that because they feel he has the best angle in that position. Fly ball, right field, slicing, out of play, foul. Crown Point High School, our location today. Tremendous facility out here. Thank you to Bill Derula for allowing us to come out and stream games this spring. He doesn't let everybody do it, so we appreciate it, Bill. Thank you very much. We are glad to be here. The pitch, fouled off. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. 2-0 our score. Crown Point leads with a man on third. Here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. We're going to go full again. A lot of things going on here today. Tennis, baseball, softball, unified track meet going on behind us on the football field. Inside and high, ball 4.
The center fielder.
Cotton goes to first with a walk. Brady Langen's now the hitter.
Crown Point already got their insurance run, but they're always looking for more.
Yeah, you can never have too many. I think most teams aren't comfortable unless they have at least a 5-run lead.
I was about to say.
You can't get beat on any one pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the kick and the pitch from the lefty. On the outside corner for a strike. The runner will take second unopposed. So a hit now could mean 2.
Yeah, put them up by 4. And again, first base is wide open, so they can pitch around if they want.
Let's see if they do that. The only issue might be that you've got the top of the order following.
That'll be Sean Dunlap. Dangerous hitter.
Yep, that'll be Dunlap. So I think if you're Munster, I mean,
you're
in an 0-2 count now, right? So now you're trying to get the out way outside. Be different maybe if the count were, if you were behind in the count as the pitcher. Swung on and missed, strike 3. The inning is over, but not before the Bulldogs played another run. They do it with 1 hit and 2 walks is what I have, but I could be wrong. Either way, what I do know, it's 2-0 Crown Point, and we're going to the 7th on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
With 40 years of experience serving Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee, Enigenberg Exteriors has only had one goal in mind: to achieve excellent customer service. From commercial and residential roofing to siding, window, and door replacement, Enigenberg Exteriors delivers 110% customer satisfaction from the first hello to the final walkthrough. Visit enigenberg.com for more information or give them a call at 219-365-2837. Enigenberg Exteriors. Restoring hope, one project at a time.
And we go to the 7th inning. This game has flown by.
Oh yeah, just like last time.
2 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Bulldogs so far. No runs, 1 hit. That's a bunt single. And no errors for the Mustangs. Coming up here in the top half of the 7th, it's Mason Jarrett. He'll be followed by Nick Crowley and Zach Wright. Munster needs a base runner. The wind is blowing in pretty good. Wow. The wind is blowing in pretty good here today. So if Munster is going to score a couple of runs, chances are they're going to have to do it without the courtesy of a long ball. Line smash, second baseman leaps up and makes the catch. Noah Ehrlich with a nice play.
Number 9, Nick Crowley.
Mason Jarrett is retired on the liner to second base.
Didn't need a move. Right to him.
Nick Crowley, the hitter. 1 out. Top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Ackerman kicking the pitch. Popped up sky high. Where is that? We can't see it. Looks like it went out over the stands here on the first base side. The wind is probably going to carry it once it starts going that way. Pretty good breeze, about 12 miles an hour, consistent over the left field fence. Off-speed pitch, swung and missed. Boy, that's a pitch I think the hitter would like to have back. He got fooled with the off-speed stuff, but it was right down the pike. 1-2 the count. Swung on and missed. It gets away in the dirt. There will be a throw to first. In time, drop third. Nick Crowley is retired.
He did get another slider, but it was a little bit low. Got him to chase.
And that'll bring up Zach Wright, the shortstop, the last hope in the ball game for the Munster Mustangs. Just hard to believe we've gotten here this quick. Lightning fast ball game here. Well under 2 hours. Hot smash, second base. Ehrlich covers a lot of ground, has it, throws to first in time to retire the side, and Crown Point has won it by a score of 2-0. 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the victorious Bulldogs. No runs, just 1 hit, a bunt single, 1 lonely bunt single for the Munster Mustangs. They also had no errors. So Crown Point gets the victory.
First pitch set for 4:30.
Time to give some awards out here, Zach.
Yeah.
I hadn't had time to think about it yet. These games usually take another hour or so.
Yeah.
But this one, we're happy to say, went very quick. Let's take a look here and start with our Crowell Insurance Lantern Man superhero of the ball game. Boy, who could that be today?
I really like Billy Chidsey, the home run hitter.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a possibility for sure. Let's see what our other choices are. Chidsey in the ball game had a home run and a single. Also had, I made a note here and I forgot what it's for, Zach, I'll be honest with you. In his third at bat, he did something memorable, but I can't remember what it is. So how memorable
it might have been the ground ball that Sheldon dove.
That's what it was, that first base dive. That's what it was. Otherwise, Chidsey would be 3 for 3 in the ball game. But as it is, we're going to give Billy Chidsey the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Insurance Superhero Player of the Game award tonight. The shortstop for Crown Point, again, his home run, the difference in the ball game, and he played well across the board at shortstop and in all 3 at-bats. So congrats to Billy Chidsey. Let's name now our, before we do that, the superhero is brought to us by the Crowell Companies, with insurance offices open till 7 o'clock Monday through Friday. In Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. They're open till 2 on Saturdays. They are in their 61st year of operation in Northwest Indiana, and what I believe is the 19th with the Region Sports Network, so we appreciate all of their support. Now let's move to the blue-collar Boilermakers Local 374 Player of the Game. And this is the kind of guy that's doing the hard work, the dirty work. I like, and you can jump in here if you want. I think this is a shared award.
Yeah.
Tonight between the 2 pitchers for Crown Point who came in through a 1-hitter.
Yep.
Controlled Munster's offense perfectly tonight. The only hit was a bunt single.
Yeah.
I think there was just 1 walk. So the Crown Point pitchers, as much as that home run was the offensive difference in the game, that home run alone is not going to hold up if Crown Point pitchers don't pitch a shutout here tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
So we in agreement on that then?
Yes, 100%.
All right, so the 2 pitchers then for Crown Point are Caden Matuzak and Riley Ackerman. So they will split the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game award. Now, if you're just getting out of high school, just getting out of college, you're thinking about what you're going to do for your career, you can earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. If you want to learn about the apprenticeship programs, visit them on the web at local374.org. Boilermakers make a lot of money. and you can do that as well. All right, so final award now. The Ironworkers Local 395 play of the game, Zach. And I don't know if there's any question on this one.
Yeah. You can either go the home run, or I got a couple defensive ones for it. Yeah.
We'll go ahead and point them out.
I like the Shelton diving stop. It saved him a run. You had lots of other good plays on the infield.
There were a number of excellent plays, no question about it. I'm looking at the book. It's almost all 4-3, 6-3, and 5-3 putouts in the infield, and a lot of those were nice plays. They weren't just all routine grounders. But I got to say, Zach, in a game of 1-0, 2-0, that second run not even coming, it was more of an insurance run. I'm going to lean towards that home run in this ball game, the difference in the game. So as great as those defensive plays were, the difference in the ball game, our Crowell Lantern Man superhero of the game, Billy Chidsey, also gets the Ironworkers Local 395 play of the game for his home run, his solo homer in the bottom of the third inning with 2 out. So, and that is the difference in the ball game. So congratulations to Billy. He gets 2 awards tonight. Boilermakers Local 395, or Ironworkers Local 395, play of the game. To find out how you can become a union ironworker, visit ironworkers395.com. There's all kinds of information there about their apprenticeship programs and how to become an iron worker. So check that out again at ironworkers395.com. All right, well, that's going to do it here from Crown Point. Zach, any final thoughts?
No, I thought this was just a really, really good ball game. I got to give both defenses credit, especially the pitching. They both pitched really well. Obviously, a couple mistakes by the Munster pitching. But overall, Crown Point came out on top.
An excellent ball game, a good close ball game, well played by both teams. Want to thank the managers, Steve Strayer of Crown Point, Mike Mikolajczyk of the Munster Mustangs, for helping us get ready with stats and starting lineups and things of that nature. Very special thanks and appreciation to Bill DeRula for allowing us to come out here and stream the ball games. We really do appreciate it. We love coming to this amazing complex here on the campus of Crown Point High School. So that's going to do it. For Martin Murillo, our cameraman, Mike Dewan, our sports director, Zach Miller, our engineer, Zach Zanelli, my broadcast partner today, I'm Chris Ramirez. Thanks, everybody, for watching. This has been a production of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.